I started Angry Underwear in 1988 when I was living in New York and working as a bartender in a go-go strip club. And at that time, I happened to witness the sexual assault of a dancer colleague at the club. She was sexually assaulted on stage, and I sort of had the idea shortly after that I wanted to paint her a pair of angry pussy pants, which are on this mannequin here. From there it sort of garnered public interest, and an exclusive lingerie shop in New York wanted to start selling the underwear, and then she had celebrities who wanted to buy it, and it garnered its interest. And when I came back to Australia, there was interest as well. So I continued making it for about 2 or 3 years until I got sick of it. And in 2017, there was suddenly a resurgence of interest in it because of the Me Too movement. Well, the shark bikini outfit, and it's probably been the most successful image, the most successful outfit on a woman's body, because it features a very clear vagina dentata, which pretty much everyone seems to kind of know what that means. So it's, and it's also the outfit that Madonna in 1991, Madonna was out and about wearing the shark bra and photographed. I hope young Albany women come into this exhibition and feel like it's a really humorous way to see this statement being made. We're doing a workshop as well, where people have booked in to come and make their own angry bras. And that's a beautiful thing, because it kind of means that these women will feel that in certain circumstances when they feel like it, they're going to wear this bra, express how they feel when they wear it. And it's a costume you can put on, it's a costume you can take off, and that you have that right. Because the messaging behind this project is it is our bodies, it is our choice. But also, I mean, in an old patriarchal view, I think it has always been your commodification. It has been drilled into you at a young age that really you are to, as soon as you've hit puberty, you are to be presentable for marriage, essentially. You're to be preparing, to be alluring, to be prepared to create yourself as someone for the opposite sex, and that comes all with a sort of structure about what type of clothes, what type of makeup, what type of hair, what can you spend enough to be even more alluring, makeup and everything. So I kind of think that young women probably are still being trained up to that by their mothers, and by society in general, and by their peers, by the other women who they feel that are their peers. But on the other hand, I think that exhibitions like this and opportunities like this give space to show that there are alternatives to that paradigm. I think in a very contemporary sense, as much as we don't want to think that America affects us, I feel that the Trump election situation has affected a mood and a sense that there's a bit of a right-wing swing happening, that the religious right is and women's issues are going to sort of you made all these gains, it seemed, but it does seem like that some of those gains are now going to become in question. But on the other hand, me personally, I've never seen that life was a linear process that is all going in one direction. I've always thought of everything as a pendulum. It's always swinging back and forward, and whatever's happening is going to affect which way the pendulum is swinging. And I think that it's kind of got to a certain height and it's swinging back the other way. And I do think adaptability is the key.
I'm not a visual artist, and I'm loving this, and I'm loving this input.
We've got a lady who's going to come and have a look while
Sure.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, the imagination is going.
Yeah. Look what they're making. Because there was a change of costumes, so that was
We're starting to look a little desperate now, Tiny.
No, because we can extend over to like 1:15 maybe, so there's no rush to leave at 12:30, except some of you already have to go.
I have learned today a few people shared very personal experiences with us, which I think it's really beautiful when you create a space through art that allows people to share a really personal story. And I think that's what Tania's art does. It sparks conversations and creates a community through communication.
Living in Perth, which I no longer do, travelling on public transport, particularly trains, it's quite noticeable sometimes the treatment of women is different than in other places. I don't know whether that's just particular to public transport, but it's distressing. How you deal with it is very difficult. It still occurs.
I know the feeling. I think that's sort of what I was saying to Tania, is like I have a lot of experiences in my life where I guess I got those feelings, and it made the idea of creating something that was fierce and sort of just putting all those feelings into something that was fierce and loud and like I guess had a voice without having to use words. That appealed to me a lot. Yeah, because Grandma always tells me where she's like, if you make art and you're, it doesn't have to be perfect or beautiful or match your curtains or something, but if you are true and you put your heart and your intuition and your express what's inside of you into something that you create, then when someone else sees that, whatever that was inside of you that you were trying to say without necessarily using words, that other person that relates to that might connect to that and feel something, even if they don't know the words either. And so I think that happened for me when I saw the angry underwear idea, and I'm like, I want to make some fierce boob armor, I guess. Yeah, I don't have the exact words, but I like it. It feels good. Yeah.
Explain yourself perfectly.
Okay.
And I like the phrase boob armor. Boob armor.
I think just the topic is so relevant, and it's nice to be involved in something that has been around for so long. So there's a whole history that you're becoming part of. And so anything to do with like sexual harassment, abuse or anything like that, it's not going away. So we need to like combat it any sort of way and any sort of language. So we can do it politically, but we can do it artistically as well. So on any format, we just keep it out there and bring it forward all the time. Bring it forward.
After the bra workshop today, we were discussing how Chelsea, one of the participants, we wanted to tell her that she spoke really well, And as usual, when you're being interviewed or whatever, she wasn't really aware of what she had said. And we said to her, "Oh no, you spoke really well." And Tali, one of the other participants, said, "You spoke for all of us." And that was a really touching moment, because it meant that there were plenty of people who wanted to say the same thing that she was saying, that sometimes you need something like angry underwear to express your anger in a visual way, because you just don't have the words to say it. And then Tali also said to her, "Did you notice that the room went quiet when you were talking?" And she didn't know, but everybody was quiet because we were all listening to her express, emotions that are very shared.
So I decided to go with the eyes as well, because that was a real eye-opener for me. And to be able to probably reconnect with my body image after I had a double mastectomy. So it's all about the eye and how I see myself still as a woman, even though my breasts aren't real. And that's probably my expression from today.
I think for me, it's not violence. It's more that insidious and those horrible comments. "Well, I'll go and give you a massage." Or, those kind of comments that you're going, "I've only just met you. Why would you say that?" And it's those little innuendos or blatant innuendos. I don't know. It's disappointing. So maybe this is just showing people what might be happening inside.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. And then that's really amazing. It's so strong.
Experiment outside of, I followed the patterns and didn't deviate from that. And then I thought, I'm just going to take a risk, and if I fail, that's okay, because that's part of the learning process too, and then I'll try something again.
I think I made that part of the video.
Yeah, I know!
I love that this could be you going to the office.
I know, yeah, absolutely. I was thinking it was like, I was getting Frank's got red with filter as well. Yeah, so getting close. Come on, you're a Yes, you've got a cute. You got a shoulder. Yeah.